I went from making 200K in tech to making half of that in go to market, and I'm so much happier. Let's talk about it. I joined tech around the time when it was like a very exciting place to be. It was just, everyone was so humble, everyone was collaborative. All we wanted to do was change the world and build really cool things. I like to refer to it as tech's feminine era, before Mark Zuckerberg made that announcement saying that we need to make tech more masculine again. I quickly realized that the work I was doing in tech was not as difficult as the work I was doing having to convince people that I deserve to be there. No matter how high I climbed, I couldn't escape being asked why I was allowed in the room in the first place. I think, and I can't prove this, but I think a lot of the pushback against DEI came from tech bros and came from the elites not liking that a lot of women were able to make a lot of money in an industry that was not originally designed for them. I think a turning point for me was when it was like after a meeting or something, and the topic of Harris versus Trump came up, and I must have said, oh God, I hope he doesn't win. And the looks people shot at me that day, you would think that I killed their dog. Like, it was honestly a turning point moment for me, because I think it marked the beginning of the end for me in tech. Every little interaction just had so much venom in it that it started to affect my mental health so badly. And I'm not somebody who is mentally weak. I grew up in Italy, so I don't really make a point of crying about racism, or I would just be crying my whole life. It became very difficult to deal with, and it was very toxic for my mental health. And I realized it wasn't just me going through that. All my friends were going through the same thing in their various companies. And as you guys know, I like to be overemployed. I like to work on a bunch of different things. And I realized that was the case everywhere I went. I think I joined tech at the right time, and I think I left at the right time. That's not to say that there isn't any opportunity in tech. It is a beautiful industry. You are changing people's lives. I would just advise that you go for a company where there's good balance of men and women. There's a good balance of people of different races. There's a good balance of diversity of thought, and they still prioritize DEI.